To get started, you'll need a piece of paper, a heart tracer, and a pencil. We're going to start by writing our name on the back of our paper. Don't forget to write your class code below your name. Then we're going to fold our paper in half 2 times. First, I'm going to take the 2 shorter sides and fold them together. Then make a crease. Then I'm going to keep my paper folded and take the 2 shorter sides again and fold those together. Then I end up with this smaller rectangle shape. When I open up my paper, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. We're going to use our paper landscape style so that it is longer on the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to draw lines on the folds that I just made. So I'm using a ruler to help me make a straight line. Next, we're going to use the heart tracer and we're going to trace the heart 4 times. So 1 heart in each rectangle. So I'm going to try to center my heart so that it's in the middle of the rectangle, not so that it overlaps one of the lines or it's off the page, but about in the middle. Hold it down with the hand that you don't draw with and use your other hand to trace around the heart shape. And I'm going to do this 3 more times. Next, we're going to use some paint sticks to add color to the backgrounds around our hearts. Now, when you're picking colors, we're going to make each background different. So you will have 4 different colored backgrounds. I'm practicing here on a piece of scratch paper, the color that I want to use. When you're choosing your colors, try to pick analogous colors. Analogous colors are the colors that sit next to each other on the color wheel, and they blend nicely together. So when we put them near each other with our paint sticks, they're going to go well together. So I have some warm colors here, so red, yellow, orange, and pink. And I'm making little tiny lines with my paint stick. I'm not pressing down really hard with it, but I'm gently making little lines of color. We know that the artist Dine loves to use texture in his art. So by doing this, I'm creating some visual texture so that my surface looks a little bit rough. So I like the way that that looks, so I think I'm going to use it on my artwork. You can plan on a piece of scratch paper the color combinations that you want to use. Remember that you need 4 different backgrounds, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one should be different. We're going to do something else inside of the heart. Remember when you're using your paint stick that you only need to roll it up a little bit to use it, and you never want to press really hard on it because you will smash the paint. When you're done, make sure that the cap is on and you hear the snap of the cap. That way it doesn't dry out. So I'm going to start with my warm colored background up here, and I'm just going to do those little tiny lines of color all around the background area. It's okay if a little bit gets inside of your heart, but we just kind of want to go around that heart shape. I'm not crossing this line here because this area is going to be filled with different colors, so I want to keep these separate. That's why we drew those pencil lines in the beginning to separate our backgrounds. Now that I have used orange, I'm going to layer another color and try to fill in more of the white space. The goal here with the backgrounds is that you have very little white area showing, so we're not going to leave white spots. This would be way too much white showing. I need to fill that in with a lot more color. I finished my first background, I could move on to doing my second background. I'm going to use the same technique here with making little dashes of color, and I'm gently pressing down on my paint stick, not pressing really hard because that would ruin the material and we wouldn't be able to use it again. which would be very sad. So we want to gently press down on these to make these little marks. Remember that each background should be a different set of colors. You can use a color again, but you should pair it with different colors so that it won't look the same as another background that's already on your paper. Like I'm going to use yellow again, but I'm pairing it with green. So the green and yellow will make a yellow-green look when they're placed near each other. I'm going to go ahead and fill up the rest of my backgrounds with color. So I'm all done now creating my 4 backgrounds with my paint sticks. Notice how each background is a different set of colors. Here I have pinks, reds, oranges, and yellows. I have blues and greens here, yellows and greens, and pink, blue, and purple here. You should think of 4 different background colors to go around your heart shape. It's okay if you get a little bit of the paint stick inside of the heart, but remember that those pencil lines that separate the background and the heart shape are guides for us and help us figure out where the color should go. I hope you had fun starting your heart project inspired by the artist Jim Dine. I can't wait to see how yours turns out.